Welcome to the channel. This is Geauxgreddy, and welcome to Big Willow. Yes, one of my least favorite tracks, and you can see there I was given a message not to bother with this race in that Merc. Now, I took that as a little bit of a challenge, so I decided to do exactly the opposite, and I entered this race in that Merc. All right, here we are at the start of the race, and I purposely skipped the whole qualifying session, as I did absolutely, well, I didn't do absolutely terrible, but I didn't do that good. You know, in the practice lobbies, I was able, I think my best time was like a 1:17.4 or something. And I was very consistently putting in 17.8, 17.7, 17.6s. So I was really hoping to put that kind of qualifying down. I ended up with a 17.9, almost an 18 flat. So wasn't real happy with that, but not terrible as P8, so I figure I can just be easy on the tires and just let the race kind of come to me on the back end. Hopefully, you know, this is Big Willow. People do often take trips out into the desert here, so I was kind of counting on that a little bit. Behind me, I had AFC R6N, who is a clean driver, so it was nice not to have to sweat about mega dive bombs or anything crazy in the first couple of laps. And yeah, he was out of my slipstream here at the very beginning. And so I was pretty relaxed here. I was actually starting to fall out of the slipstream of that RCZ. So rapid on the straight. As soon as he caught that slipstream in front of me, he just kind of just shot out like a rocket. So really need a good exit here out of this corner. But I'm coming in a little too narrow. Not able to get that exit that I need. If you look at the delta in the left-hand corner, it is increasing rather than decreasing. That's not good for me. So now I start thinking about corner one. I really need a good corner one. I need to brake not late, but as late as possible. And then I just completely blow by my brake marker and I stick a tire in the sand, and that is it. It's round and round on the merry-go-round in the desert. Wait, I think it was a jackalope. Pretty sure I just saw a jackalope. Anyway, so yeah, out in the desert here, and I'm starting to dehydrate. I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded, and thankfully back on the track at last. An early trip to the desert. That's right. Second lap. I didn't even last 2 laps before I went flying off of the track at Big Willow. So my nemesis stays Big Willow, as I just cannot seem to put in an amazing result here ever. I don't know what it is. I practice a lot, so that makes me feel even worse. So got my work to do. I got about 3 seconds to P17, so I got to put that head down and get to it. Yeah, so do y'all remember this little jewel here? You wonder maybe if he wasn't right after all. All right, so here we are. Lap 4. Finally catch up to him. Go down the inside of the McLaren as the Ford kind of cleared the path for me there, but I didn't want to get down there. He was a little laggy there. I didn't want to force him off the track, so I backed out of the move. Decided to stick it around the outside on the straight here, but he's got the slipstream of the Ford, so that's not going to work out for me. Then I get the slipstream of the Ford. I'm thinking, this is not where I want to be. I didn't like that spot, so I backed out of it. Got into his quarter pane a little bit right there, but yeah, it's no big deal. You know, no harm, no foul. So fast forward here on to lap number 5. Back on the rear end of Mr. Curmudgeon in that McLaren, and he's lagging a little bit, and so now I'm like, not this kid. I can't deal with the demons anymore. All right, so around the outside, it feels like I'm secure and safe. I think he's actually going behind me there. He does have the one red bar of demon hell, but I do get by him, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my demon video. Yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, center down here, the final corner here at Big Willow. I don't know. Does this corner have a name? I'm not sure. Anyway, so fast forward. I get a good run on him. I go down the inside. Super send. I mean, I sent that from like a mile back. That was probably a little too much there. But Formula One, I mean, props to him. He could have blocked on that, and he didn't. So anyway, looking at the gap here, we've got about another 3 seconds to the next group of folks. So looking ahead there, it's Reverend Bogey, and finally catch up to him about lap 7, and we both decide to jump in the pits. I'm on the mediums. I switch over the hards, get back out, and then 1 lap later, I'm on the rear end of P16, which is freaking L-Rod. Freaking L-Rod. I mean, freaking L-Rod. Make a run at him. Big Merc stretching those legs coming down the straight at Big Willow. Getting on the brakes here just past the 100 board, about 75. Down the inside, terrible turn one by Geauxgreddy there, but I am on the hard tire, so please do excuse me. Get onto the rear bumper of Formula One Gamer 12 again. He is in the Mustang. Looks like he's struggling a little bit on those tires. I'm on the Racing Hard, so I'm not quite sure how I want to set this turn up, but he moves to the outside, so I take the invitation and do the Senna and send it. Because, folks, I am a race car driver, and that was a gap. So I went for it. Lap number 10, catch up to the 86 GT of Octobro and Supreme New York in another Merc. But he jumps off into the pits looks like jump off the hards back on the mediums. And Octobro serves his penalty. So I'm able to make the pass on Octobro in that 86. Now I don't know what tires he's on or how he's looking. So I've got to kind of try and feel him out here on this lap as I'm trying to catch up to that Cayman in front of me here. So coming around the right-hander, this is usually when I can tell, or when anyone can tell which tire you're on. If you're able to kind of stick it down the inside, it usually means you're on the mediums. And if you're not able to, it usually means on the hards. And I was kind of faking there and just holding that inside line, maybe to make the 86 think I was on medium so he wouldn't try and send it. And it may have worked right there because he ran me down. He ran me down like a dog. And now he's on my rear bumper, and I'm doing all that I can to try to stay in front of him without losing time. Now, don't get me wrong. If he comes running up on me, it looks like he's got a really good run. I will let him by, and I'll use him to catch P12 as they are about 1.8 seconds ahead. Now, he does get a pretty decent run out of that final corner, but 86, just not enough legs. I'll leave him some room on the inside there, but he backs out of it. He could have taken that position if he wanted it there. I was going to leave him a little bit of room, but he does back out of it. So, again, through this corner, that 86 sucking me in like a vacuum cleaner on high. I don't know if vacuum cleaners have high. Usually it's just on off, but whatever. He's pulling me in pretty good there. So get on the brakes then here on this left-hander, heading up the hill towards this tight right-hander, and this is when that 86 really shines. I mean, look at that. Look at the ground he covers in that rearview mirror. I mean, he just absolutely just reeling me in like a fish on the end of the string, man. Just pulling me in. So I jump in the pits here at the end of lap 12 to throw back on some medium tires and hopefully make up some ground here at the end of the race. Heading out of the pits, this group comes flying past me, and I don't even really notice the next car that's coming. I come out of the pits, and he just comes up on me very fast, and we do this little awkward dance thing. I move over to the left, thinking he's going to go around the right, and with the other way. And this is real time here, and he hits me from behind. I'm like, oh, geez, Greddy. That was terrible. So I let off here. I just let him go by because that was terrible. Pit entry. That was just awful. So I felt really bad there for Formula One Gamer. And let him go by. I know it. It doesn't make me look like any better for my driving skill. It was just pretty awful. It was pretty terrible here. So catch right back up to him as he's on worn tires. Seemed to just send it down the inside as we go a little side by side here. He overshoots the corner. I get the cut back. I am not trying to race him dirty. I thought he was trying to let me by on that previous corner because I think he knew that my tires were better than his, but I think he just went a little wide there, and then I sent it down the inside. So I just looked like a total jerk. And I don't blame him if he had sent me a bad message at the end of this race. But he didn't. He didn't send me a bad message. So I owe Formula Racer one there. Because that was, first I killed him coming out of the pits, and then I set a dive bomb on him. So anyway, sorry about that, Formula One, man. You are a much cleaner driver than I am. I apologize. Absolutely apologize. So here we are, lap 15. I've caught up to... looks like P14 there. Pass him on the inside of the big right-hand sweeper and set my sights on the Viper in front of me. P12 of Dre O'Neill. I'm going to chase down old Dre here. Looks like he might be on the hard tires or maybe some mediums that are getting pretty warm because he's struggling there through this corner. So I know it's just a matter of time before I'm able to make a move on him. So take a nice wide line through the dirt there. Cut off the apex there. I don't know why. Every lap I do that. I'll probably get my tires dirty as heck doing that. So coming down the straight, get it set up on the inside. I'm able to make it hold there on the apex. Able to make the pass. head into the sweeping right-hander. I keep it to the inside, just kind of avoid the retaliation attempt at a repass there. So I hold it down the inside there. His tires obviously worn out, so he's not able to hold that line like I was able to. Get on the brakes. Again, a little bit late there. I like to be a little softer on the brakes, save the tires a little bit, but looks like he was trying to go for it and stay in my slipstream, but he went a little too deep in that corner and fell off. So now my sights are set on Supreme New York in the other Merc. Try and get ahead of him. Get some points away from that other Merc driver so I can move up in those manufacturers' rankings. So he is in P10, and I get a really nice run on him out of the downhill section with the left-hander there. Not really sure what to call that. Kind of like a corkscrew, but not quite. Not quite a corkscrew. So make a pass on the inside of him. He just kind of swings out wide, lets me by, so I can flash of the lights. Tell him appreciate that. He knew that my tires were in better shape than his, so he just let me on through, which was really cool of him. To catch up to Reverend Bogey here, who I started the race behind, so something must have happened to him during the race, not really sure what, but was able to catch back up to him. And that RCZ, usually very rapid, so he must have had a bad corner, or he's now on the hard tires and struggling a little bit. So make a pass there and move into position number 9 on lap number 17. 1 lap to go, 2.1 seconds behind the Viper. Can I make it happen? No, I cannot. Finish about 1.1 seconds. Able to pick up a second on him, but not enough to make a pass. So finishing P9. So P8 to P18 to P9. Not the end of the world. Not too terrible there. You can see Vito S wins the race. So good job on him. Merry Christmas on the livery there. Holidays coming up here. So we got to throw on a little cheerful livery. Get 105 points. It's not going to set anything on fire in the manufacturer series, but yeah, I'll take it. I'll put it in the bank, and I'll also take the 50 DR I got from the race. And you know what? GT Sinister? LOL. That's a top 10 in the Merc. And you saw it. Come back and check out some more videos. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Please hit that like and subscribe if you like it. And we'll see you in the next one. And myself, Geauxgreddy. Y'all have a great evening.